Simple and clean, welcome to the stream. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry for the ghosting, but I had a big change in life, and that was moving. So I'm in a new place now, and it took me a while to adjust to everything and get everything ready in motion. So now we're coming back with the content. So I hope you guys love it. And again, thanks to you guys who are subscribed to the channel. It means a lot to me. The support is very appreciated. And enough of that. Let's get right into the video. So, we're going to be going over set 6 and the cards that you need to build, I would say, an optimal build for Red Purple Law for the oncoming sets, which is in a couple of weeks. One of the first cards being Shariah, because of his capability of making 6k leaders not be a problem anymore for us. He also counters Yamato very strongly because of his when attacking and when blocking ability, but mostly the when blocking. It doesn't matter how high a leader will attack you because of his ability. You would just need to block with him and use a 1k. So he's very good. He's also a 3-cost character, which is really good for being able to use your leader ability if need be. And his stats are pretty good. Even in the mirror match, they have to still burn power reducing on him to get rid of him. So he's kind of annoying to get rid of. I mean, for Sakazuki and Moria, it's a little bit easier, but it's still a stick in the mud for them to deal with. Next card being Raise Max. If you didn't already get your Gordons, they basically reprinted him again in the form of a Film Revolutionary Army card. He does literally the exact same thing as Gordon does, but he just looks different. But yes, he's very beneficial to the game plan because we use, or the more used deck lists, which are Film, have the ability to search it. So having more Gordons in your deck help take care of this agenda of being able to always have your power reducers, which is why there are less cards such as Fire Fist in deck lists, and etc, etc. Very strong card. I really like it, especially in testing. And then the huge one here, we've got Reiju. A very solid card, 4 cost 5k. On play, if you have equal to or less Dawn in your field, then draw 2 cards. Oh, and if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, of course. Really solid card, special attribute, so it goes over annoying shit like Buggy. But just the fact that we have a more consistent way to draw now is the huge benefactor here, because our main problem was running out of hand and just getting like overran in terms of value, right? So now that we have Reiju here, we now have the ability to stay in the game, keep the engine running, and continue to play the game out. We don't just auto lose after like 3 turns, which is nice. Another card to consider is Hitokiri Kamazo, killer basically. He's a 2k. Your turn, once per turn, when you return Dawn card on your on your field to your Dawn deck, you have to one of your bonus characters of cost 2 or less. So this helps get rid of all of Black's small cards such as Brand New, Tashigi especially, even Inupe if they're running it. A really solid card. I don't know, I don't have a specific term for them, but it's kind of just like the card that you can kind of just like throw out there and just have it just to be on the board, because most of your cards have on play abilities or an ability that works under a certain specific condition. So having this be like a nice solid card just to play, especially when he has an ability that activates when you return Dawn, is really strong. Yeah, that's basically it. We get a lot more cards in Extra Booster, however. But as far as set 6, we get about 4 cards added to the deck, which actually help the deck out a ton. Also a consideration personally, I like Saga because he's a 2K film, so he's searchable. He's 5K, and he has the ability to get plus 1K to the start of your next turn. Then at the end of this turn, transfer your film type characters. So he puts your Buena Festas to use if you do play them. So swing 7K, end of turn, pop a Buena Festa. It wasn't doing anything anyway, and then now it's kind of just like a base 6K. In terms of the wording, I'm pretty sure if you don't have anything else, he might kill himself, which is why he wasn't used as much. But there was a list or two that won one of the big tournaments in Japan, and they were running 2 copies of Saga, so that was pretty good. And speaking of which, we're gonna go over some of the deck lists actually that I believe are pretty good. Oh yikes! Whoopsies. So but this one is more so intertwined with so it has a lot of the early set 5 package in it, being Ulti Page 1. It's got Zoro Juro in it. As you can see, obviously it has the 4 Reiju, it has 4 Shiraya. Again, these cards are really strong and it's insane. They're only running 6 or 4 Gordon and 2 Raise Max. Obviously, again, like I said, now that we have the draw power, especially, we're able to see it a lot more consistently now. The Sanji's probably for the yellow matchup because Nell still likes to be a bitch and starve you, but you know, there's not much we can really do about that. That's just the game and how it is. Another list being a little more draw heavy, which I kind of like a lot. This list is running 2 Fire Fists, but it's also running the Ace package, which, you know, it had a lot of controversy because a lot of people didn't like it because it's like, oh, when am I ever going to be at 7 Dawn? But if you actually play your games right, you're going to be at 7 Dawn like pretty fast, or at a reasonable point in the game to where playing an Ace is good. This list is also running Wire as a filter card. As you can see, there's a lot of bricks, being Fire Fist, Ace, Ayn herself. So Wire being able to take care of those is really nice. He's also a blocker in the 3 cost, so he hits the requirement. He hits the requirement for being able to use your leader ability already, which is super nice. And last but not least, we have one of the Japanese players that I personally follow. He's a dedicated law player. This is one of the lists he did very well with. This one he's using, which is pretty interesting, only 2 Zoro and 2 blocker law. But in terms of like power reducing, he's got Gorn, he's got Raise Max, he's got Red Law, and of course he's running the film package, well, the searcher in the package, which helps out a lot because Buena Festa is able to search your Red Law, Shiraya, Raise Max, and Gorn, Ayn. It's just really good. We have a lot more targets now to help make the idea of running the film package a lot more attractive rather than, you know, banking on it and then it breaking and then being upset about it, you know. But after some practice and some of the videos that I've actually made, hope you guys checked it out. The film package is really strong. I feel like every time I played Buena Festa, I've either found the exact tool I needed or at least got a card in hand to help out in the situation. It's really strong. But yeah. So I would say also a thing that these all have in common is Shiraya and Reiju. So I would say probably to prioritize getting Reiju and Shiraya. Funny enough, they're both SRs, so they might be a little tough to get. I know Reiju will be because she's a very sought out card. She's really strong, she's really good, and waifu tax. So she's going to be a pain to get. But there's not that many cards we need, so Red Purple Law is actually quite budgety, which I like a lot. So if you do indeed want to make a Red Purple Law deck for the oncoming set 6, I would highly suggest maybe getting a couple boxes, or maybe not even at that, because you only really need singles. Raise Max is uncommon. Shirai is probably not that top 4, so he's probably going to be like a couple of bucks to 5. Reiju's probably the only hard one, but all in all, just a pretty cheap deck. Yeah. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. The support is very much appreciated, and we'll catch you in the next one.